there's an old adage of win on Sunday and sell on Monday. So Red Bull, what we do for the Red Bull brand, for the energy drink, in advertising the product globally for 23 race weekends a year, with the biggest marketing impact that the beverage company has. So that's the main reason that Red Bull are involved in Formula One. Well, it entails a huge amount of variance. So I always liken it to, for 23 race weekends a year, I'm the team principal of a high-performing sports team, and for the other 52 weeks of the year, from Monday to Friday, I'm the CEO of a high-tech technology business. So it's wearing the different caps for the different roles. I would say it varies from day to day to from month to month. I mean, obviously the majority of my time is consumed in running the business, and the drivers are a key part of a Grand Prix weekend. But of course, my main interaction with them is during a Grand Prix weekend. So yeah, it's always, that's the great thing about this job is, every day is a little bit different. Brutal schedule, and I think that, again, it's a marathon, not a sprint, so you have to pace yourself. And I think the weekends we do get off and at home, you have to take a bit of time out. I have a young family, so to try and relax and switch off and forget about Formula One for at least half an hour. And I think that's hugely important, otherwise it's impossible to sustain the level of demand that the business can place on you. Yes, I have that title now, apparently. So, look, I started my career out as a driver. I started at the age of 11 racing go-karts, and then progressed through to the point that I did some testing as a test driver in Formula One. But then I retired from driving in 1998 and focused on establishing my own team at that time, and moved into the role of managing people and working with people. And then Red Bull approached me when they acquired what was the Jaguar Formula One team to come and be the first team principal of Red Bull Racing. I think by having the right spirit, the right culture, the right people around us within the team, and attracting the best people to come and work here, and having great facilities, great drivers. And it's a team sport. It's the biggest team sport in the world, where you've got to get everybody dancing in time. Obviously produce cars like we have, and operate cars at all these Grand Prix. I think there's an old adage of win on Sunday and sell on Monday. So Red Bull, what we do for the Red Bull brand, for the energy drink, in advertising the product globally for 23 race weekends a year, with the biggest marketing impact that the beverage company has. So that's the main reason that Red Bull are involved in Formula One. And of course, then we have many partners, a lot of American partners now. So people, like Oracle as our title partner, other companies involved like ExxonMobil or Cash App, or so many different brands that we have, that we're working with. They see it, they can measure it, and I think that particularly again, the drivers in their home territories, Mexican sales have increased dramatically with Sergio being with the team, Max Verstappen, the whole Benelux area. It's incredible the amount of consumption of Red Bull that is happening, and we see that growth globally. Well, because I think the shareholders, they've always been passionate about racing and Formula One, and they saw it as the perfect platform to market their brand. And it's the most viewed sport in the world outside of the Olympic Games and the Football World Cup. But of course, they only happen every 4 years. Formula One is every 2 weeks. So the global reach that we're achieving, the followers that we have, it's the best possible way, not just for Red Bull, but for any partner associated with us to promote their brand.
Who are the shareholders? Who are the owners?
Well, the shareholders are split between the Udiva family, the Thai family, and the Mateschitz, Mark Mateschitz. We have two shareholders, and they're both hugely supportive of all our activities. I have to report through the group into the shareholders, but they ultimately, it's their choice, but I have the responsibility of running the business and the accountability for that.
Is it a profitable investment for them?
It depends how you view it. In terms of the recognition for the brand globally, what that would cost to advertise, absolutely, it's a huge success in the amount that it's promoting the Red Bull brand. And I think as the sponsorship and partnerships and the income improves and cost caps take effect on both chassis and engine in Formula One, it becomes a much more sustainable business, and we're seeing the intrinsic value of Formula One teams just increase dramatically. Well, you've got a split of revenues. You have the sponsorship that you raise as an individual team with the partners that you work with, and then of course the money coming into the sport through Liberty Media, how that's distributed through the prize fund represents significant numbers with the amount of money that's obviously now flowing into the sport.
How has that changed over the years?
It's increased significantly, with the Liberty ownership. I mean, Bernie Ecclestone did a great job in developing and building the business, and I think Liberty have now taken it to that next level as well, and revenues have never been better. I think the cost cap has had an effect because it's driven efficiency into the business, which in turn, as the popularity has increased, revenues have increased significantly, and so each team is in a very healthy position. Historically, there would have always been two teams that were struggling to hang on. Now we have 10 very, very healthy franchises in Formula One. You just have to be choosy in where you choose to spend your investment. So I think it makes us be selective, but we still want to innovate. We still want to be pushing the boundary. I think that's a culmination. There's no silver bullets, and I think it's every department having to be delivering their part, whether that's on the chassis, on the aero, on the mechanical design, on the operational side, on the engine side, on the driver side. So it's a culmination of all those elements needing to come together to deliver. And I think that, as I say, there's no silver bullets in this sport. It's about hard work, teamwork, and working collectively. Well, that came together in time for the 21 season, and we've been using their technology and the cloud technology, and as well as some of their CRM and technology. We're using some of their tools to help us make faster decisions on the pit wall as well, with the amount of simulations that we can run within a Grand Prix. So that started in 21, and it was so successful that it grew to a title partnership in 2022 that we became Oracle Red Bull Racing. We have so many partners. We have 52 different partners across the team now, across all different categories. If you go from Tag Heuer, the classic watch brand, or ExxonMobil that are producing all of our fuels and lubricants. We have companies like Cash App. We have companies like Bybit. So we have so many different brands that we're working with that are all making great use of Formula One. Tell me which major league or sport does not have 3 or 4 teams that are, if I look at the Premiership in the UK, if I look at NFL, for example, there are, there's certain teams that are always there. And
but the last team gets the first draft pick. There are more rules to make it more equitable.
Yeah, and I think the cost cap is going to do that, but it's going to take a period of time before that really kicks in. And I think that you're starting to see the lower teams, are starting to come up, but you can't dumb down excellence at the end of the day. And I think that it's for the other teams to raise their game rather than us to lower our game.
So success to you is winning.
Success is all about winning.